Let me tell you about a trip that completely changed how I plan travel. It was Tulum, Mexico. And on paper, it should have been perfect, right? But in person, not so much. And honestly, it was one of the clearest examples of how you can spend a lot of money and get bad value. If you've ever come home from a trip wondering, that looked better online, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you the exact framework I use to plan trips for maximum value, step by step. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Nick. I'm a travel planning strategist and videographer, and I help travelers make smarter, better informed decisions before they book their trip. You can find me and more destination travel guides at navigatornick.com, where everything I teach is built around one idea: value travel. Value travel is about knowing when to go, where to stay, what's actually worth prioritizing, and knowing what looks good online but isn't worth your money or time. And value travel doesn't mean cheap travel, and it doesn't mean budget travel. It means getting the most bang for your travel buck. In the last few videos of this series, we talked about timing, location, and experiences. Now I want to show you how I put it all together to maximize value travel. So backing up, let's go all the way to the beginning. I booked a trip to Tulum because I needed a vacation, and it seemed like a cheap international destination, so I said, why not? The photos looked insane, the beaches looked perfect, the vibe looked relaxed, tropical, and when I got there, I realized it's more expensive than I thought, it was more spread out than I thought, it was more crowded than I expected, and honestly, it kind of felt like a tourist trap. And the crazy part is, Tulum wasn't a bad trip. It was a great trip. I just didn't maximize value. So that's when I started building a value travel planning system. So here's how the value travel system framework works, and it's 5 easy steps. If you follow them in order, you avoid the most common mistakes that turn trips into expensive disappointments. So step number 1, ask yourself why. Why are you going on this trip? The first mistake I made with Tulum was not knowing why I went. I just thought, this looks cool, go on vacation. But cool isn't a travel goal. Cool is just going to lead to disappointment when you return home. So now I ask, what do I want this trip to feel like and what's the vibe? Because, for example, Tulum can mean a lot of different things. It can mean calm beaches and relaxation, it can mean nature and adventure, it can mean food and culture, and it can mean light life and energy. And I wanted to do all of it. But you can't. So step 1 is clarity. Step number 2 is picking the right time to go or the right season to go. And this was the second mistake I made, and it's so incredibly important. I see most travelers get this wrong. The problem was, I traveled to Tulum when it was most convenient for me, but it happened to be seaweed season. And with a place like Tulum and many other destinations around the world, when you go and timing changes everything. Depending on the season, you're dealing with humidity, crowds, pricing, seaweed, and overall vibes. This is why value travel isn't just where should I go. It's more like, when should I go, see the experiences that match the money that I want to spend. As we discussed in the previous videos, and what I preach to my travel communities is, shoulder season is the best value, period. There's similar weather, fewer crowds, and better pricing. And in destinations that get a lot of hype, this is the difference between this is awesome and this looks great online. Step number 3. Step number 3 is where Tulum really taught me a lesson, because wherever you travel, it's about location, location, location. And Tulum's best location is obviously on the beach. But it wasn't obvious when we decided to spend half of our time at the beach and half of our time near the city center. And for reference, here's a look at our beach yurt. Again, Tulum is not just one place, it's made up of multiple zones. And if you stay in the wrong spot, it can greatly affect your trip. Because if you stay in the wrong spot, you're gonna be worried about taxis, traffic, overpriced transportation, and constant friction in your plan. Here's our Airbnb closer to town. To be honest, the place was amazing. We had a private plunge pool and our own kitchen. It was sick. but we thought it was closer to town, and on a map it looked just a few blocks away, which was true, but those few blocks were not walkable and they were gravel roads. And here's my value travel rule: location beats amenities every single time. For example, a luxury hotel in the wrong location can ruin your trip, but a simple hotel in the right neighborhood can make it feel effortless. And in Tulum, effortlessness is expensive, so plan accordingly. What do I mean by effortlessness? If you're constantly commuting back and forth from your hotel or to the city center, the beach, you're bleeding time and money. Step number 4. Step number 4 is building your days around your experience density. So that was the next big lesson. Tulum looks like this dreamy beach town online, but that was pre-2015. The first time I visited Tulum, it was awesome. Now it's built up, overcrowded, touristy, and really it's like a circus. Back then everything was cheap, it was local, it was authentic, and nothing was built up yet. But what I'm getting at is if you plan your trip wrong, your days feel like one beach club, then a long ride in traffic, then a cenote, then a get tacos, then another ride back to the beach. You're spending all your time going back and forth on logistics, and suddenly you're tired, thirsty, and spending money just to move around. So what I do is I plan my day around experience density. So experience density, again, is choosing an experience or a zone for the day. Once you build your day around one core event or experience, everything flows, is easy to get to, low stress, and enjoyable. Easy, easy, easy. My rule is one major anchor event per day, let's say the beach, and then another optional nice to have, such as paragliding near the beach, snorkeling near the beach, and then maybe shopping near the beach. So everything is in one central location and you're not running around town all day long. And another thing, if your trip is packed hour by hour and you're stuck in traffic commuting, the trip becomes stressful, and stress is the fastest way to ruin your trip. Step number 5. Step number 5 is cutting low value experiences. And this is where Tulum becomes the perfect example. I will say that my favorite part of Tulum was going just south of town to the Siankan National Reserve. It was beautiful and a unique experience. I would 100% recommend it to you. Which brings me to the sponsor of this video, Get Your Guide. Get Your Guide is what I use to book all of my travel experiences with thousands of activities, 24/7 support, free cancellation fees. It's definitely a no-brainer for value travelers. Scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description below to learn more about the Siankan private boat ride. If you're keeping track, Tulum has some experiences you definitely want to avoid, such as riding a dolphin, going to the Coco Bongo, or the monkey sanctuary, and floating breakfast at a beach club. These are definitely not authentic experiences in Tulum, Mexico. So here are some filters I use to filter out the bad or low value experiences. If the line is longer than the experience, question it. If it only looks good in photos, question it. If it feels like I'm being herded, question it. If the price is high and the experience is rushed, question it. And lastly, if you read reviews thoroughly and get bad vibes, definitely question it. Tulum definitely taught me something important. You can pay premium prices and get an average experience. Tulum's not all negative though. Let's talk about another highlight, and those are the cenotes. Long story short, cenotes are a natural swimming hole. Most are beautiful and something I recommend to add to your Tulum bucket list. Some cenotes are local, some are run and operated by companies, and some are just for Instagram. Well, literally. But if you try to visit every cenote in a day, you will be broke by day 3, I promise you. The further you go away from the center of Tulum, the cenotes are more authentic and definitely cheaper. So skip those expensive Instagram cenotes and find some hidden gems you can enjoy all day long. That's value travel. Value travel isn't about doing everything. It's about removing things that are low return on time. And smart travelers learn how to spot that even before they book. If you want the entire value framework in one line, it's plan around experiences first and spend money where it actually matters. That's the difference between expensive travel and valuable travel. Thank you for watching the video. I truly appreciate your time and hope you learned something from it. And of course, please consider subscribing down below for future travel videos. And if you have any comments about value travel or Tulum planning tips, leave them down below. But until next time, happy travels and keep on navigating.